Hi everyone, Gemma here, thanks for watching today. In this video we're going to be using the premium magazine box kit from Sentimentally Yours. So it's got a 19-piece A4 stamp set, a 6-piece die set, 20-piece grey board collection and 35 exclusive elements to craft with. So let's have a look inside. So these are our grey board elements. So you've got lots of flourishes, hearts, keys, sort of mirror shapes there, and butterflies. So you could heat emboss on those or colour in with your alcohol markers. It'd probably be better to heat emboss and get a really nice metallic finish then on those. So I'll just open this up. Excuse the rustling. This is the 19-piece stamp set and some really lovely images on here. The florals, the butterflies, the clock, key, the edge in there. Some really nice elements. Then we've got another stamp set, 18 pieces with your sentiments. So we've got happy birthday, follow your heart, you can do anything, thinking of you, love you, just for you, today is your day, and some ink splatters there, little border, sort of banner stamp there. And then we've got this 6-piece die set. So we've got special day, then a square die, then you've got your stamp shape there, your sort of postage mark, and a stitched edge rectangle as well. So some really nice elements in this box kit. And then there's some inspiration in the magazine. This really drew my eye to this particular kit. I think that's a really nice make. Really bright and colourful, and I love all the metallic finish on the cardstock and the heat embossing. And then we've got some papers inside the magazine as well. So we've got all these elements that you can cut. If you're a fan of fussy cutting, that's ideal for you. If you know me, I'm not a big fan. I don't think I can do it very well. And then we've got these pattern papers as well. So this is quite a good quality paper. You've got various designs, lots of florals. That's a really nice one. I like the cornflower blue on that. Again, some more elements for you to cut. I think this is just a repeat of the first few pages. Yes, it is. So you've got everything twice then within this section here. So I'm going to be creating a card with this premium magazine, and I'm going to try and push myself and create a shabby chic card, something a little different from my normal style. This is why you'll see lots of magazine content within my upcoming videos. This is just to help me push myself out of my comfort zone and get creating and using different techniques, different card styles, different colour palettes, etc. So I'm just going to prep everything now, and then I'll come back to you. I've gone ahead and prepared all my items off camera. So I'm using the cover inspiration for the basis of my card. So I'll just set that to one side. So I've got a shop bought card which is just under 7 by 7. I've used the pattern paper that's included, and I've cut that to 6.5 squared. So we've got a nice little border there. Just hold it up to the camera so you can see it a little bit better. And what I've also done, I've used the stamps that are included. Let me just bring those back in. So I've used this stamp here, and I've stamped that in the silver. So heat emboss that. And then I've taken this leaf stamp, and then heat emboss that in white, just to add a little bit of interest, extra texture to the pattern paper. I've used this die set here, and I've cut several frames. So I've got some blue mirror cardstock, white cardstock and silver glitter cardstock. Not too sure if you can see all the different colours in the light, but they'll become more clear in a bit. I've also cut this die here in silver glitter cardstock, white cardstock and blue mirror cardstock. I've gone ahead and I've heat embossed this sort of postcard stamp, the floral stamp and happy birthday, and used the outline die here to cut that. I've also done the butterfly stamp, and I've used the chipboard pieces and I've heat embossed those. So I've got some white butterflies and a silver key and heart. So that's everything prepared. So we're going to start to assemble the card now. So as I said, I wanted to make sort of a shabby chic style card. So the first thing I want to do is distress the edges on this piece of pattern paper here. So this is a tool by Dovecraft, and you just sort of run this along the edge of your paper and it distresses it. Obviously, if you don't have this tool, you can use a pair of scissors. Just be careful when you're doing it. So I'm just going to go ahead now and go around all four edges, and I'll come back to you. So now that the edges are all distressed, I'm just going to add some ink. So I've brought in Distress Oxide, Victorian Velvet and Weathered Wood. I'm going to use this to distress my pieces and just add that hint of colour, and I'm also going to use it to colour in the heat emboss images. So I'm just going to go in with some Victorian Velvet along the edge here. So there's all the edges distressed. I'm just going to set that to one side and let that dry. I'm also going to ink up some of these frames that I've cut. So I'm going to leave some in white, but then also bring in the colour then with these frames. So I'm just bringing in the weathered wood now, and I'm going to do the same with these pieces. So I've just got a stamping block here, and I've just stamped some of the ink onto it. I'm going to use a water brush pen and just take a little bit of this colour off here. And I'm just going to colour my images. I'm going to try and mimic the colouring that's on the pattern paper. So I'm essentially leaving most of the image white, but I've gone heavy in the centre with the ink there, and then I've gone in with the watered down version around the edge. So I've cleaned my brush off, and now I'm going to go in with the pink. So I'll let that dry. I'm going to work on the butterfly first. So there's all my pieces all coloured now. It was just quick colouring, just want to add a little bit of shading and some interest to those white pieces, and just a little bit then on there. So now that everything is inked or coloured, we're going to move on to the assembly of the card now. So I'm just adding my panel with some collal glue just to help strengthen that paper. I'm not too worried about the edges because I do want them to slightly lift, again giving into that sort of textured look. But I want the centre nice and flat. So I think that's looking quite effective, so I'm happy with the placement. I'm just going to start attaching everything now. So hopefully I can remember the sort of layout. So the first thing I want to attach is this piece here, and I'm going to pop that up onto some foam, and then I can add everything else around it. So that's everything now attached. So just to finish off, I'm going to add some Nouveau drops. So I've got the Dusty Rose and the Chalk Stick, and these are the vintage drops. So I'm just going to dot a few around, and then I'll show you it at the end. So there's the final card. I have to say I'm really pleased with the final result. It is out of my comfort zone and something that I don't normally do. But I have to say I really love all the different colours, the blues, the pinks, the white, the different textures on the cardstock, the mirror and the glitter. And just think it's all come together really nicely. So although I've used this as a happy birthday card, this would be ideal for Mother's Day. Masculine makes, just change the paper and the colour palette. Such a versatile collection of images and dies and chipboard pieces. So I'm just going to place that down so it doesn't move about anymore. I don't want the Nouveau drops to start losing their shape. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, you might want to hit the like button, leave a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future tutorials. I'll pop a link to the magazine in the description box below. Once again, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.